Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the ADC TV show. We are back today with this was requested by one of my subscribers, Punk Steve. So, sir, this is for you. The other two videos had no chance of putting up because one was Universal and the other was put out by the comedian themselves. It's never going to go through. So this is the only one of the three that I can. So yeah, this is it's a clip from Russell Howard's Good News Show, which is brilliantly funny. Again, I'd like to put that up, but I can't. But yeah, this is Jason Cook for Punk Steve. So hope you enjoy.
Oh, what a wonderful welcome. Hello. Are you well? Excellent, excellent. Right. I'm going to talk about fear a little bit tonight. People say, is this a scary job? It can be. It really can be. Fear is a wonderful thing. I did a show about fear. One of the biggest fears we have is a fear of spiders. Who's afraid of spiders? Just by a show of hands. Usually the most popular one. I asked this in a show once. I said to a guy, are you afraid of spiders? He was the campest man I've ever met in my life. I don't mind saying camp. Camp's a wonderful thing. I am a camp man. I'm a straight man, but I can do this. You want jazz hands? Hey. Jazz hands difficult to do, my big friend, of course. A man of your size, perhaps spirit fingers. This guy put his hand up. I said, are you afraid of spiders? And he went, yes, but no. But it's an either-or question, isn't it? You either are or you're not.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he said, and why I love humanity. He said, spiders, I don't mind, but Daddy Longlegs can fuck off. I said, why can Daddy Longlegs fuck off? And he said, because they have no concept of personal space. This job can be scary. I do this job all over the world. As I said, I was doing a gig in Glasgow. I said, what's the perfect word in a Glasgow accent? This voice in the darkness went, murder. I like this show. It's one of my favourite TV shows. We live in scary times. Fear all around us. You switch on the television these days, and it basically says, don't leave the house. That's what it does. you know it all. You switch on the news, and it goes, don't leave the house, don't leave the house. Why not? Because bird flu-infected asylum seekers are coming over to force-feed junk food to our children to make some giant obesity crisis. The kids are going to get so fat they'll sit on the buses. The bus will use more petrol, which we can't pay for. What with the credit crunch by Royal Bank of Scotland, the sea levels are going to rise. The ozone layer's completely knackered. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. I want to go outside. I want to go outside.
At the moment, given what's going on, it's not far from the truth.
Yeah. I want to go outside. You can't go outside. Why not? 'Cause you get stabbed by an urban fox in a fucking hoodie. That's why. You see, I was in Amsterdam doing some shows. Who's been to Amsterdam by cheer? Excellent. Did anyone get the ferry by cheer? Oh, get the ferry from Newcastle. It's incredible. It is. The overnight ferry. It's the pikiest pirate ship that's ever sailed. It really is. Honestly, you could sink and you can make life rafts out of shell suits. It's incredible. It really is. But I was in Amsterdam, and Dutch comics don't talk to the audience. What they do is they do their jokes and then they leave. They go home. That's it. Right? But I like to mess around with the crowd. I asked a couple of them what they did, what their names were, etc. They were a bit taken aback. Then they got into it. Then I asked one guy what his name was, and he took my legs out just by giving me his life. And this is the advice I'll give you if you're in a comedy club. Give the compere your life. I said to him, my friend, what's your name? And he went, my name is John. I'm an architect, but I'm not very good at it. This is my wife. She is called Anna. Our marriage is in trouble, and I did not want to come here tonight.
Yeah, a little bit too much honesty for you there, I think.
Then he said, is that enough to be getting on with? I had nothing at all. So it is wonderful to be here. People are too cynical, I think.
You want to be here?
Don't you think?
Fuck off.
Like, I'm a Geordie. Any Geordies in? One Geordie girl. Excellent. We've got a fight on after. I grew up in Newcastle. Newcastle's a scary town. It is. Have you ever been up to Newcastle? Go for a night out, fella. Go for a night out there. It's incredible. I was there, but when the snow came before Christmas, 2 feet deep in snow, and everyone was just going on as normal. Just enormous blokes striding through the snow in gossamer thin t-shirts, punching the snowflakes in front of them. And where? Mr. Snowflake. Think you're cold, do you? And big herds of Geordie women. Have you ever seen a herd of Geordie women in action? Oh, wearing one bit of dental floss. That's all I need. They bend over. It looks like Ham having an argument. You ever seen that? Oh. Just travelling in packs, big packs of them. Beautiful. It is land of the corned beef leg. You ever seen a good corned beef leg? Oh, yeah. They're just standing in chip shops, shaving each other's backs. Beautiful. That's all right. The best show I ever had from an audience member. I was in Sheffield doing a show. I said, "What do you do?" Oh, people from Sheffield? That sounded like Pixies from Sheffield, if all right.
What do you girls do when you come across a guy that's just fucking seriously fucking hairy? Do you know whether you... how do you know whether you need to shag him or brush him? Or give him a plait? If you see a hairy guy, what do? You shag him or do you brush him? Not sure.
It's so sweet, Jocelyn. Good place, man. Best job I've ever had there. I said to a guy, "What do you do for a living?" He said, "I'm a ventriloquist." Right? But he had a business card. He did some for us. It was incredible, he was. Eventually, I said to him, "Have you ever used your ventriloquism skills? Like, inappropriately?" That's when he just looked at the floor and refused to answer any more questions. That was when his wife stood up and went, "Go on, tell them what you did." And what he said next stopped the gig. We have a term in comedy called gig stoppers. It's where something random happens in the crowd. It's a very human moment. You can never beat it on stage.
That's
right?
why you don't
I'll give you an example.
people.
I was in the Edinburgh Festival 2 years ago. I had a German guy in the front row of my show. Any German people in? Oh, really? At a comedy show. Interesting. Not really, especially at the comedy show I thought I would find you at. How can the news be good? It is an unalterable fact. That is all it is. This German guy, again, took the legs out from under me. He stopped the gig. He was called Stefan. I'll never forget him. I said, "Stefan, we're in the Edinburgh Festival, the world's biggest arts festival. Tell me, are you enjoying the festival so far?" Best German answer ever. He just looked at me and went, "Well, we're about to find out, aren't we?" That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. At the end of the show, I'd involved him quite a lot. I said, "Did you have a good time?" Do you know what he said? "I'm satisfied." You're a good crowd, right? That was 2 years ago that happened. I've told that story all over the world. It's one of my favourite stories. I got to the Edinburgh Festival this year. The first show of my run, the first story I told was that story I've just told you about the German guy. I got to the end of it, and a little voice at the back of my room went, "I'm back!" It was him, it was Stefan, he'd come back, right? I thought, I'm leaving him alone. I'm not going to talk to him, he's good, he'll get me again. So we did the show, we went through, it was great energy, everyone had a good time. Towards the end of the show, my ego started going, "Ask him." Ask him if he likes you. You've got to ask him. He's come for the second year running. He's bought a ticket again, hasn't he? So I did, and he got me again, ladies and gentlemen. I said, "Stefan, what did you think of it this year?" Do you know what he said? "It's of a similar standard." The ventriloquist stopped the gig in a totally different way. Now, if you don't think what happened was funny, imagine the atmosphere when the guy said it. This is totally true. May God strike me down. This was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me in a gig. Because when the wife had said, "Tell him what you did," we all thought the ventriloquist had done a sex thing in the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? Because like any man in here, I don't care how mature you believe yourself to be, if you could do ventriloquism, you'd make your willy talk every day. It's not big, it's not clever, you just know you do it, you'd run up to your girlfriend going, "Kiss me, I'm the happy snake." Right? But it wasn't that, it was something so much darker. If you don't think what happened was funny, imagine the atmosphere. I went, "Come on, you've got to tell us, when did you use your ventriloquism skills inappropriately?" That's when he looked at the floor, pointed at his wife and said, "At her dad's funeral." Now, I'm on stage when this is happening, right? I'm freaking out.
You imagine suddenly hearing a voice from the coffin, thinking, "Shit, he's not dead." Can you imagine the fucking people that were there in the church, or wherever it was, they'd be like, "Fuck, what the shit?"
Well, what'll I do? I'll just keep asking questions. That's all I can do. I said, "It wasn't the old classic, was it?" And he went, "Oh, yeah. I don't want to be in the box. Let me out of the box."
Oh, fucking hell. Oh.
Your job, that's an important thing. I was talking about that's what you'll get asked in a comedy club, different jobs. I've been asking audience what they think the best job in the world could be. Could anyone suggest a job they would do if anything? You could do anything in the world. What would you do?
Penis model.
My job? Oh, hang on, what was that there?
Penis model.
Penis model. Well, to be honest, you look like a cock from here.
That's why most people stay quiet and didn't fucking say anything.
Do the walk, do the walk. Anybody else? I like these suggestions. Ninja. That was... I've got some enemies, I've got some issues, yeah. Ninja, you let me know, Dad. The best answer I've had thus far was in Newcastle, and I said, what do you think the best job in the world could ever be? And this really dour Geordie bloke went, bomb disposal expert. And I said, why is that? And his answer was brilliant. He said, well, you know, if you think about it, you never truly know if you have a bad day, do you? Before I go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a joke you can take away with you. Do you want a joke you can take away with you? Something you can do at home? Yeah. Now, this is brilliant. This is a couple's thing. It's something you've got to do when it's late at night and you're in bed with your loved one, your wife, your girlfriend, the one the agency sent. This is it. I'm lying in bed with my Clay, and it's absolutely pitch black. You know when it's sometimes so dark and so quiet, you can almost reach out and touch it, right? And you know that little voice we all have? You know the one that lives in the back of your head that goes, how funny would it be? I'm lying there with Clay. The voice went, I've thought of the funniest thing ever. We'll talk about this for years to come. Right, and just try it. In the dark, I just tensed up, held her really close and whispered in her ear, shit! Did you just hear that noise downstairs? Claire went, Jason, what is it? What is it? The voice went, we've got her. Do it again. So I did it again. I went, Claire, there's someone in the house. And Claire went, Jason, no. And then I'll be honest with all of you, I got carried away. I was having too much fun. We're going to do this. We're going to do this properly or not at all. So I went for it. I really went for it. I went, Claire, there's someone in the house, a murderer. He's coming upstairs. He's got a big axe. He's going to kill us both. We're both going to die. And she punched me in the face.
You're lucky that's any place to punch down.
So, I'm sitting on the end of the bed with a sore face, right? Thinking, Claire's annoyed. We've established that much. What I'll do is I'll go to the bathroom, I'll let her chill out for a few minutes. I go to the bathroom. While I'm in the bathroom, I only think of hilarious prank number 2. Which, to this day, only one of us calls hilarious prank number 2. When I came back, I got back into bed with Claire, still absolutely pitch black, held onto her really tightly, and Claire said, well, I hope you've calmed down. So I didn't say anything. And she went, Jason! So I didn't say anything. Then she went, Jason! That's when I couldn't help myself and I whispered in her ear, Jason's still in the toilet. Try it, honestly, try it. It is such a good laugh, it is. But you will not have sex for a long time. See, people say it's hard being a stand-up comedian, and I'm going to tell you what it's like. I was doing a tour show up north where I live in Newcastle, right? I got a taxi there. It was about a 40-minute taxi ride. I got in, the taxi driver was one of those taxi drivers you have all over the world. You know when you get in and the taxi driver is just massive. It looks like he's driving a little clown car. Like when God was handing out necks, he went, no, I don't need a neck. Just a fold of fat at the back of me massive head will do. The kind of cab where you open the door and you can smell racism. Do you know what I mean? How can it be a hate crime when I fucking love it? Anyway, we're talking. He said, what do you do? I said, I'm a comedian. And he said, all right, a comedian, are you funny? I said, well, I'd like to think so. It's not something you ask. You don't say to a doctor, can you heal? Right? And he said, on telly? Been on telly? And I said, no. And he went, well, you're not fucking funny then, are you? Right, so I just like to look down the camera and say, if this gets on telly, if you're watching this, you bigoted fucking taxi driver, guess who's fucking funny now? Ladies and gents, thanks for having me. I'll catch you again. Good night.
So there you go. That's Jason Cook on Russ Howard's Good News show, which was requested by Punk Steve. I hope you enjoyed it, sir. I hope I did it justice. I say sorry I couldn't do your other two videos. Just no chance of getting them put up. Not when they're owned by the people that they are. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's YouTube. Which is annoying because there's some brilliantly funny people out there that we just can't touch, unfortunately. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please leave me a like down below. It lets me know that you're enjoying the stuff I'm putting out. Hit the subscribe notification buttons so you don't miss any future content. If there's anything you want me to take a look at, like Punk Steve has, leave me a request down below in the comments, and if it's something I can put up, then I will gladly do so. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy watching. Take care. See you next time.